It is the last week of May, 1940. France is falling. In less than 6 weeks, the most powerful army in Europe has crumbled under the weight of German armor. The British Expeditionary Force, over 330,000 soldiers, is cornered. Their backs are to the English Channel. Before them, the Wehrmacht. Behind them, open water and home, 30 miles away. At a French coastal town called Dunkirk, the remnants of an army wait. The beaches stretch for miles. Men stand in lines that disappear into the smoke. They wait in silence, in prayer, in shock. Some have not slept in 4 days. Some have not eaten. They have thrown down rifles too heavy to carry to the sea. Private Charlie Waite is 22 years old. He does not think about history. He thinks about the water. 4 days earlier, the order came down the line like a whisper that became a roar. Fall back to the coast. Waite's battalion, the 2nd East Surreys, has been fighting a rearguard action through the villages of Belgium and northern France. Every hedge is a position. Every field is a killing ground. They buy time with their lives so that others can reach the sea. The roads are chaos. Civilians push carts. Soldiers walk without boots. Aircraft strafe the columns in the open. Men scatter into ditches and rise again and walk on. Waite walks. He carries his rifle, his ammunition, a photograph in his breast pocket. He does not know if the boats will come. No one does. The order is absolute. Every man moves toward the channel. He reaches Dunkirk on the 30th of May. What he sees stops him cold. The scale of it is incomprehensible. Hundreds of thousands of men stretching from the water's edge back into the burning town. The harbor's east mole, a long concrete pier never designed for evacuation, is somehow loading men onto destroyers, hundreds at a time. But the beaches themselves have no deep water berths. The big ships cannot come close enough. Small boats ferry men from the shallows to the vessels offshore. The process is agonizingly slow. The Luftwaffe knows this. Every hour the aircraft come. The bombs fall into the packed sand, into the queues, into the shallow water. The men do not run. There is nowhere to run. They press together and wait for it to stop. Waite finds a place in the queue. He looks at the man next to him, a boy from Devonshire with a wound in his side, held together by a field dressing 2 days old. He tells him they are going home. He does not know if this is true. On the 26th of May, the British Admiralty issued a quiet, urgent request. Every small vessel, every motorboat, pleasure cruiser, river launch, fishing smack along the southern English coast is to report for service. The owners often come with their boats. Fishermen, weekend sailors, retired men, teenagers. They cross the channel in craft never meant for open water, navigating by compass and by the glow of burning Dunkirk on the horizon. This is the fleet that answers. It is not a navy. It is a nation. By the time Waite reaches the water's edge, the little ships are already there, a bizarre, impossible armada of civilian vessels picking men from the surf. A paddle steamer, a Thames river cruiser, a lifeboat, a small motor yacht called Tamzine, barely 17 feet long, the smallest vessel recorded at Dunkirk. The man at the tiller is not a soldier. He is simply a man who came. Waite wades in. The water is cold and dark. The weight of his uniform pulls him down. He holds his rifle above his head from instinct, then lets it go. The rifle sinks. He does not watch it go. The boat is 10 meters away, then 5. His hand finds the wooden hull. He cannot pull himself up. His arms have nothing left. A hand reaches down. Rough civilian, unhesitating. The man in the boat pulls him over the gunwale, and he collapses into the hull and does not move. The boat turns. England is somewhere in the gray. He does not look back for a long time. When he finally does, the smoke has swallowed Dunkirk whole. The beach is still black with men. The boats are still going back. Between May 26 and June 4, 1940, Operation Dynamo evacuates 338,226 soldiers. Every one of them crosses on a moment like this. Churchill calls it a miracle. He also calls it a defeat. He is right on both counts. Dunkirk saves an army. That army will come back at Alamein, at Normandy, through the Low Countries, all the way to Berlin. What crosses the Channel in those 9 days is not just men. It is the possibility of a future in which Britain fights on. Waite reaches Dover sometime in the early morning of June the 1st. He steps onto the dock.
One more pay.
A woman from the Women's Voluntary Service hands him a cup of tea. He holds it with both hands. He does not cry. He is 22 years old and he does not yet know what this means. History will tell him later. For now, the tea is warm and he is home, and that is enough. If you want to see how one ship almost broke the Royal Navy, subscribe now. Next episode, the sinking of the Bismarck. 1 year after Dunkirk, Britain sends an entire ocean after a single ship, and the ship almost wins.